Have you ever wondered why some people emerge stronger from failures while others are engulfed by them? This question is far from trivial. It's the cornerstone of understanding a concept that's as empowering as it is transformative, the pivot. Picture this. A door closes, but instead of fixating on that closed door, you turn around to find that a window has opened. That's the essence of a pivot. It's not about denying failure or sugarcoating it. It's about accepting it, learning from it, and then redirecting your energy towards a new opportunity that has emerged from the ashes of what didn't work. Take a moment and think about resilience and adaptability. These aren't just catchy buzzwords, they're the very fabric of the pivot. They're the ability to absorb the shocks of failure, to bend but not break, to adapt and evolve in the face of adversity. Let's travel back in time and meet a man who embodied this spirit like no other. Thomas Edison. Today we know him as the brilliant inventor of the light bulb. But did you know that before his invention illuminated the world, Edison faced 1,000 unsuccessful attempts, 1,000 failures, 1,000 closed doors, but did he give up? No, he pivoted. Each failure was a lesson, each unsuccessful attempt was a stepping stone towards the eventual success that was the light bulb. Edison once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset we're talking about. That's the power of the pivot. So the next time you face a setback, remember this. Failure isn't a dead end. It's a crossroad. And the direction you choose to take at this crossroad, that's your pivot. It's your chance to adapt, to change course, and to find a new path towards success. The difference between success and failure often lies in one's ability to pivot, to adapt, and to find opportunity in adversity. So, let's explore this power of the pivot together, shall we? So how do we recognize these pivotal moments? An excellent question, and one that isn't always easy to answer. Pivotal moments often come camouflaged as setbacks, failures, or disappointments. They're rarely delivered with a fanfare and a sign that says, "This is your pivot point." But if we can master the art of recognizing them, we can turn perceived failures into stepping stones to success. Consider the story of Steve Jobs. At one point in his career, Jobs was ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. It was a public and humiliating setback, a failure in the eyes of many. But Jobs didn't wallow in self-pity. Instead, he went on to found Next, a computer and software company that, while not a commercial success, was technologically innovative. He also bought a small animation company that would become Pixar, forever changing the landscape of animated films. But the story doesn't end there. In a twist of fate, Apple bought Next, and Jobs returned to the company he helped create. From there, he led Apple to unprecedented heights, introducing products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, revolutionizing the way we interact with technology. So, how did Jobs recognize his pivot point? He didn't see his departure from Apple as the end. Instead, he saw it as an opportunity to explore, innovate, and grow. He separated himself from the immediate disappointment and looked at the bigger picture. And that's the key to recognizing your pivot point. It's about seeing beyond the immediate setback and understanding that failure is not final, but rather a part of the journey to success. Jobs' story is not unique. Many successful people have faced setbacks and failures, but they didn't let these moments define them. Instead, they recognized them as pivotal moments, as opportunities to change direction and seek new paths. In the midst of our failures, we must develop the ability to see the seeds of success. It's not always easy, but with perseverance and a change in perspective, we can recognize our pivot points and turn setbacks into opportunities. Recognizing the pivot is one thing, embracing it is another, but how do we embrace failure? When we talk about failure, it's often seen as an end, a full stop. But what if we told you that failure could be the beginning of something extraordinary? It's all about perspective and how we choose to view these moments. Take the story of J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before she became a household name with the Harry Potter series, she faced rejection after rejection from multiple publishers. But she didn't let these setbacks deter her. Instead, she used them as stepping stones, learning from each one, refining her work, and continuing to push forward. Imagine if she had given up after the first, second, or even the 12th rejection. We wouldn't have the magical world of Hogwarts, the epic battles between Harry and Voldemort, or the timeless lessons of friendship, bravery, and love that the series imparts. the world would have missed out on a cultural phenomenon. But Rowling embraced failure. She saw it not as a dead end, but as a detour, a pivot to a potentially better path. So when you face failure, remember to view it as Rowling did. It's not the end, it's a pivot, a change in direction, a detour to a potentially better path. Embracing failure means acknowledging that you've hit a roadblock, but it doesn't mean you've hit the end of the road. It means understanding that this setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. It's a chance to reassess your journey, take stock of where you are, and decide where you want to go. Failure is not something to be feared or avoided. It's something to be embraced. It's a teacher, a guide, and sometimes it's the push we need to take us where we need to go. Remember, every pivot is an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow, and an opportunity to create something extraordinary. Embracing the pivot means embracing the possibility of a better future. In the world of entrepreneurship, the pivot holds an even more significant role. It's the dance of business, the art of shifting direction when the current path isn't leading to success. And just like in a dance, it requires agility, courage, and a keen sense of rhythm to get it right. Let's consider the tale of Twitter, a household name today. But did you know that Twitter was not born as a chirping bird in the social media forest? It started its journey as Odeo, a podcast platform. However, when Apple launched iTunes podcasting, Odeo found itself in a dire situation. They were competing against a giant, and their chances of winning were slim. But instead of bowing out gracefully, they decided to pivot. The team at Odeo didn't see this as a defeat. Instead, they saw an opportunity to change their tune, to pivot. They started brainstorming, which led to the development of a short messaging service, originally intended for internal company use. This service would eventually evolve into the Twitter we know today. From this anecdote, it's clear that the ability to pivot can be the difference between the death of a business and its ultimate success. It's about recognizing when a change in direction is necessary, not as a last-ditch effort to save a sinking ship, but as a strategic move to set your venture on a new, potentially more prosperous path. In the entrepreneurial landscape, the power of the pivot is undeniable. It's not about abandoning your ideas or dreams, it's about adapting them to the realities of the market. It's about agility and resilience in the face of change. It's about understanding that failure isn't the end, but rather an opportunity for reinvention. So remember, when the going gets tough, don't be afraid to pivot. Embrace change, dance with it. Because in the unpredictable world of entrepreneurship, the ability to pivot isn't just a survival strategy, it's a success strategy. In entrepreneurship, the pivot isn't just an option, it's often a necessity. So, what have we learned about the power of the pivot? It essentially comes down to this. It's a key turning point, a moment of transformation that can lead to unforeseen success. It's the ability to take a step back, evaluate your path, and, if necessary, change direction. Recognizing these pivotal moments, these opportunities in disguise, is crucial. It's about seeing not a dead end, but a chance to carve out a new path. Embracing the pivot means acknowledging that it's okay to change course. It's not a sign of failure, but a testament to your adaptability and resilience. And let's not forget the significant role the pivot plays in entrepreneurship. It's the secret weapon of many successful entrepreneurs, turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Remember, every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. The power of the pivot lies in recognizing and nurturing that seed.